Hello, everyone. In this session, let's try to understand about Section 43B. Okay. See, Section 43B speaks about certain deductions you're going to get. First of all, Section 43B is getting covered under the chapter Income, that is PGBP, Profits and Gains from Business and Profession. So, in this, I'm specifically speaking about Section 43B as the consideration. Let's try to understand. Okay. What a Section 43B states is very simple. This section 43B becomes eligible for you to deduction. That is, there are certain lists which is provided under this section 43B. These expenses, whatever you are seeing over here, you will be eligible to take deduction under your PGBP only if you make the actual payment. We all of us know there is a concept of paid and payable, right? Payable means suppose it is incurred during the PY respective financial year. If I'm speaking about in the accounting terms, in my financial year 23-24, if it is incurred, that is you have enjoyed those expenses, it has been accrued, then it becomes payable, right? Paid means your money should have actually moved out of your bank account. That is what the actual paid means. It should be moving out of your bank account. That is what actual paid means, right? So now, people, if I'm speaking about it, there are certain deductions, there are certain expenses. This list is only so much. No other things are getting covered under the section 43B. These are the only points. Okay. Section 43B states that these expenses, whatever you're providing, whatever you're seeing over here, will be allowed as deduction in your PGBP, will be allowed as deduction in your PGBP, plus and minus, whatever you're doing, no? That is, if it will be allowed in your PGBP only if you make the actual payment. Suppose if it is payable, you have not paid within, you have not made the actual payment on or before filing 139 subsection 1 of that respective PY. That is 139 subsection 1 is nothing but the return filing due date. What do you mean? Very simple. See, section 43B states that these expenses which you are doing will be allowed as deduction for you provided you actually pay money actually moved out of your bank account. If the money doesn't move out of your bank account, then you're not going to get any deduction under your PGP. Clear? You should actually make the payment not within that financial year or previous year, which I'm considering. You should actually make within the due date of return filing. People, for PY 23-24, what is your AY? AY is 24-25, right? For PY 23-24, it is AY 24-25. What is the return filing due date in case of individual? 31st July 2020, 31st July 2024 is the return filing due date, right? For individuals, that is for other than tax audit situation. 31st July. For the assessees who are coming under the company category, basically who needs to get their books of accounts audited, then their due date is 31st October 2024. And you have another date also, that is 30th November for transfer pricing case. We will not speak too much about this. Well, let's try to focus on these two. Okay. The due date for return filing under section 139 subsection 1 is going to be so much. That is, whatever the payment, let's consider the point of bonus over here. The bonus which has become payable in year 23-24 is, suppose if it is paid in PY, which it becomes payable in 23-24. But have you paid in that year? No, it is still payable. But let's consider the situation of the companies where the due date for return filing for the company is 31st October. Okay. In case of bonus, people, let's consider the bonus have been considered as expense as per your PGBP, already considered in your PGBP is going to be, already considered in your P&L account is going to be, let's consider 10. In P&L account, let's consider sales is 10 and your bonus which you have already considered in your P&L account is going to be 6. What will be your profit? Keeping other things constant, profit is going to be 4. Everyone. See, people, if the profit is going to be 4 over year, 10 minus 6, the profit is going to be 4. What does it mean? It means that 6 bonus have been allowed as per your P&L account, but as per your income tax, it will be allowed as a deduction only if you actually make the payment within the due date of 139 subsection 1. That is, for PY 23-24, you have the time limit to pay within 31st October 2024. Suppose the company made the payment on, let's consider on 30th of September 2024. Company. The due date was 31st of October 2024. No, due date of return filing on or before that date. Have you paid? Yes. If you have paid, whatever the deduction which is allowed as 6, even though the payment has not been made before 31st March 2024, still it will be allowed as deduction under income tax provided it is actually paid. Suppose this fellow doesn't make on September, this fellow makes the payment on November 2024. Now what happens? Whatever the payment which he has made, that is the bonus payment which he has made, it has been after the due date of return filing. No? So now what you will do is very simple. You will not allow it as deduction for PY 23-24, but you have complied with the provision little late. So we will do one thing. We will allow it as your deduction once in the year in which you are going to. I'll repeat. If you pay before on or before the due date of return filing under section 139 subsection 1, that is 31st October, in this company's case, in my example, you will get the entire 6 lakh as deduction. Entire 6 as deduction. Suppose you don't pay within 31st October 2024, you pay it after that, after the due date, then it is going to be your. Then, which year, which PY this fellow paid here? This fellow paid late. To the PY 24-25, this fellow paid. That is the AY 25-26. In this year, is going to get the bonus which he has paid, which is disallowed in the last year because he has not complied with the provision, but he has actually made the payment in 25, that is 24-25. You will be getting it as a deduction for PY 24-25, nothing but AY 25-26. Clear? I hope it is clear. So this is just the bonus point which I took a one bonus point as an explanation over here. See, certain deductions to be made only on the actual payment, that is the tax, duty, cess or fee payable by the employer by way of contribution to any provident fund, statutory fund, bonus or commission. All these are the list people wherein these particular expenses actual payment only you need to make. Interest on any loan or borrowing from any public financial institution, interest on any loan from NBFC, interest on any loan or advance from bank. Basically, you have taken any loan from financial institution, from NBFC, from bank, cooperative society, wherever. Those interest amount should be actually paid on or before 139 subsection 1. That is due date of on 139 subsection 1. Before that only you need to, on or before that due date, you need to make the payment. If not, it will be allowed in the year when you actually make the payment to that respective institution. Actually paid, money moved out of your bank account, which year? That year we will consider. Clear? So this is the point, that is tax paid by an assessee in case of leave encashment. See, bonus, commission, leave encashment, all these are employer should be paying to employee. If he actually pays gratuity, if he actually pays, that is employer contribution of provident fund or gratuity fund. If he actually pays, we will give you deduction. If he doesn't actually pay, just the records as payable, we are not going to allow as deduction until and unless it is paid. Clear? Last point over here, people, there's a sector that is MSME, micro and small enterprises. First of all, you need to make the payment within the time limit specified in section 15 of the MSME Act 2006. If that is the case, it will be allowed as deduction. Within this section 15, whatever the compliance has been told, you make the payment within that date, you will get the deduction. If not, you will not get any deduction. Clear? That is, it will be disallowed. In case of agreement exists, that is people, that is the payment date, the explanation for section 15 of the MSME Act, wherein it states, in case of the agreement for that matter exists between me and MSME, and if agreement is there, I can make the payment within 45 days of my whatever the transaction happening date. In case I don't have any transaction, that is, I don't have any agreement with MSME, then within 15 days of the transaction, I should make the payment. This has been told in Section 15, payment date as per Section 15 of MSME Act. Clear? If you comply with this, you will get your deduction. That is allowed as deduction and under your PGBP. If not complied under this section, you will not get, then it will not be allowed as your PGBP. Clear, everyone? Now there's a point which comes into picture, that is interest or loan. Okay, try to understand this example, people. I told you here the interest on any loan or NBFC. Suppose let's consider 5 lakh rupees is the interest which is accumulated. You have not paid. Will it be allowed as deduction if it is not paid? Absolutely no. So it is just payable, it is sitting as payable. What you're doing is that you're approaching the bank and telling, Arey, please, whatever loan which I took, original loan which I took of 10 lakh rupees, no, do one thing for that original loan of 10 lakh rupees. Whatever interest accumulated is there, add that 5 lakh rupees and restructure my loan to be 15 lakh rupees. Not 10 lakh, 15 lakh. Out of that 15 lakh, I will be paying for 25 installments, 60,000 rupees per month. Every month I'll pay. Okay. People, if you observe over here, your original loan is 10 lakh. 5 lakh is the interest portion which is converted as new loan. But the base amount of that 5 lakh is the interest portion only. No? So there's a clarification which is provided as per Income Tax Act 1961, wherein the interest portion which is involved in this one. Can I say 5 lakh is the interest portion out of total 15 lakh. If you multiply it with percentage, you will get 33.33%. No? 5 lakh divided by 15 lakh, if you multiply it by percentage, you are going to get 33.33%. What does it state? That is, out of total loan of 15 lakh, 33.33% represents the interest accumulated portion involved in that 15 lakh. Correct? Now, 33.33% of your 15 lakh is going to be your interest accrued amount. If you're paying 60 lakh rupees, 60,000 rupees per month, so can I say whatever 60,000 rupees you are paying, the 60,000 rupees will be nothing but your 33% of the 60,000 will be your interest, and 67% of your 60,000 will be your loan amount repayment, wherein this 33% is going to be allowed as what? 33% is going to be allowed as deduction. 33% is interest component only. This 33% of whatever you are paying, no, this is allowed as your deduction. Clear? I hope it is clear. So they have provided a very clear meaning of what is meant by MSME. MSME means wherein the investment, that is micro enterprises, means the investment in the plant and machinery is less than or equal to 1 crore and the turnover is less than or equal to 5 crore. Small enterprises, if I want to calculate it as, investment is less than or equal to 10 crore and the turnover is less than or equal to 50 crore. This is the definition of the micro and the small enterprises which are considered over here. Clear? Everyone? Done? So this is with regarding to section 43B. Let's try to understand about the next section in another video. Thank you.